Our investigations of the Proton packs has moved to the Semi-Hero packs from Ghostbusters 2, as today we'll look at Ray Stantz's pack.
The Proton pack is not a toy.
Welcome back to the Proton Pack Detective series here on the Proton Pack is Not a Toy. I've already covered the Hero packs in previous videos, which are linked in the description. Now our attention will turn to the Semi-Hero packs. Semi-Hero packs were built leading up to Ghostbusters 2 using the Venkman Hero to create the shells. Parts that were aluminum on the Hero packs were replaced with lighter resin counterparts, including the HGA, injector tubes, beamline, and filler tube. Other aluminum parts were cast into the shell itself, including the ion arm, booster tube, and infilter. The throwers were primarily made out of fiberglass instead of aluminum as well. Even the ion arm resistors are resin copies of the Semi-Heroes. A long Delhomme RH50 and short Pacific MW25 were taken from the Venkman Hero and cast in resin. These packs used a Spectra strip ribbon cable with a smaller clamp on the booster frame, though the Heroes swapped out cables as well for the sequel. While the Heroes originally had square clippered elbows mounted to the ion arm end caps, aside from the Superhero, the Semi-Heroes had the hex elbows mounted on the ion arms themselves. There is a Makita battery mounted externally on the motherboard of each Semi-Hero in the space where the Heroes have large red labels. The power cell lights were mounted to the shells instead of the motherboards. Knobs and internal parts were screwed in from the outside on the throwers, and the shock mount was mounted from the front as well. The infilters on the Semi-Heroes lack the labels, and the backing in the holes is solid white rather than mesh. All Semi-Heroes used LC2 frames that were painted black. These characteristics are true for all Semi-Heroes. Now, let's look at what sets the Stantz Semi-Hero apart from all the others. The Stantz is the only one to have two LC1 straps like the Hero packs, but the kidney pad and waist belt is LC2 along with the frame. There is a number 2 scratched into the motherboard, the top of the EDA, and on the bottom cosmetic plate. There is an R on the top of the Makita battery bracket. There is a Ray label on the motherboard which can sometimes be seen over the actor's left shoulder. It was not on the pack during filming in New York, but a white square with a red R was present on the left middle side of the motherboard. Close-up pictures taken while this pack was on display at the Sony lobby shows the trigger box and heatsink on the thrower are badly damaged, and that can be matched up with Ray's pack as he walks out of the birthday party in the film. Some of the other Semi-Heroes have their bumpers mounted backwards, so it's important to note that the Stantz bumper is mounted correctly, consistent with the Heroes. Other small details include a number 12 engraved on the ribbon cable clamp, a deformity in the upper left cyclotron ring that makes it look like a teardrop, and a mixture of Legris elbows. There is one Generation 1 on the side of the cyclotron, and Generation 2 elbows on the HGA and ion arm. Finally, it has two R701 clippered valves. The pack's valve is facing down, and the one on the thrower is facing up. Overall, this pack is on screen more than any other Semi-Hero in the movie, because not only does Ray wear it, but it also shows up on Peter and Egon in the final museum battle. There are 4 other Semi-Hero packs that were used in Ghostbusters 2, but we don't have the quality and quantity of photos of those packs that we do for the Stantz. Expect future videos to be lighter on details, and I'll leave out the Semi-Hero overview since I've covered it here. If you don't want to miss future videos, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.